Hello chess lovers, let's have a look at a game played by Magnus Carlsen and an international master playing under a nickname Bilelo. The game was played on chess.com and this was a 3-minute game. White started with e4, e5 by Carlsen, and here comes this interesting queen h5 move. This is an unorthodox chess opening which is called as Queen's attack or Kentucky opening or Patzer opening, but this gives black an easy chance to equalize the game. Knight c6, bishop c4, and now white is simply threatening queen takes f7 checkmate. Usually in this position many newbies are playing knight f6 trying to kick away this queen, but this is of course a horrible blunder. This allows white to checkmate in one. Let's go back. After bishop c4 we see g6 by Carlsen, queen f3, knight f6, knight e2, bishop g7, d3, d6, h3 controlling the g4 square, knight a5, knight c3, knight takes c4, d takes c4, h6, b3, strengthening the pawn on c4, bishop e6, queen d3, black castles, g4, white is starting an immediate attack on the king side, c6, g5, h takes g5, bishop takes g5, queen a5, and white castles queen side, b5, Carlsen is starting a pawn storm on the queen side. C takes b5 and now comes d5, trying to grab the center. Now white has several options like playing bishop takes f6 or b takes c6, but white played very calmly king b1, d4, knight a4, queen takes b5. Carlsen is offering an exchange of queens. Queen takes b5, c takes b5, knight c5, rook c8, knight takes e6, f takes e6, f3, knight h5, rook d3, rook c7, rook f1, king h7, king b2, bishop h6, h4, rook c8, c3, a5. This is an equal endgame, but Carlsen is trying to sharpen the game, hoping that white will make a mistake. Rook c1, bishop g7, bishop d2, a4, c takes d4, e takes d4, rook takes c7, rook takes c7, f4, e5, f takes e5, bishop takes e5, b takes a4, b takes a4, knight takes d4, rook c4, bishop c3, knight f4, rook d2, knight e6, knight e2, of course not knight takes e6 because this is losing. We see knight e2 in the game, rook takes e4, bishop takes e5, rook takes e5, knight c3, king h6, knight takes a4, king h5, black is going to win this pawn on h4, knight d4, knight c3, knight f3, rook h1, knight takes h4 and a4. Now both players have passed pawns, but let's see who is faster. g5, king b3, g4, king b4, g3, a5, g2. So far so good. White was playing a very good game, but in this position white made a horrible mistake and played rook a1. Probably white brought the rook to a1 square to support this pawn and push it further, but it was very important to play rook g1, attacking the pawn on g2 and not allowing this knight to move. But this rook a1 move allows Carlsen to play knight f3, and after a6 here comes knight e1, blocking the first rank. a7 and g1 queen, Carlsen is faster. a8 queen, knight c2 check, king c4, queen c5 check, king d3, knight b4 check, king d2, queen e3 check, and white resigned. Well, if king d1, here comes queen e1 checkmate. Your comments and questions please. What do you think about this?